Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to Rick's Cards and episode number 75 of our TTM adventures. TTM meaning through the mail, where we send our favorite celebrities and sports figures pictures and cards and request an autograph from them. And when they do, they send them back to us, and that's when we report it to you. We get our addresses for them from Sports Collectors Forum, which is a free service, so that's where we get them. And before we start, would you please hit the like button and sub if you haven't already, and comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know exactly what you would possibly want out of this channel. And before we go any further, I was supposed to remind everybody that didn't know what this picture is over here. That's my dog, our dog, my wife and I's, and his name is Yachty. You'll never guess who he's named after. And he's sitting there with a Paul Goldschmidt bobblehead dog day bobblehead delivery or giveaway in St. Louis. So, yeah, that's him. And, of course, over here is my grandson, Easton, who is collecting cards and who I actually collecting these cards for, and my three other grandsons. So, give a shout out to them, Easton, Nolan, you know what he's named after, and Austin and Dalton. So shout out to all the boys out there. So let's get on with it. Here's our first return. It is out of Raleigh, North Carolina, a 3 of 3. Took 8 days, and it's from Mr. Steve Farr. Mr. Farr, there are the Royals. He's a very good signer for the community. He signed this 91 Topps for me, and he also signed 2 1990 Fleers for me. So I thank you, Mr. Farr. He's got a very good autograph there, and he's very good, like I said, in the community for returning cards back. So coming up next is from Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Elvis and Graceland. This one took 10 days. It's a 5 of 3, and it is from Mr. Don Kessinger. Mr. Kessinger, also another good signer for the community. He signed this 78 Topps for me. They're on the White Sox. He also signed this 69 All-Star Topps. And he signed this 1990 Swell card. And that was swell of him to do it. He also signed the 2 index cards that we put in there to protect the cards. It's always nice when they do that. So thank you, Mr. Don Kessinger, and all you Chicago Cubs fans out there. All right, the next one coming out of Boise, Idaho. And this took 10 days. It's a 1 of 1. And I just wanted to, he's usually, I think he only does 2 at a time, but I wanted to get him on one of these autograph cards and asked him to subscribe, or I mean, not subscribe, but inscribe, I should say. And he did. He signed Gail Goodrich, 72 NBA champion and 5-time All-Star. Mr. Gail Goodrich signed that for me. And he did not sign the back. I did. Note to football players. Excuse me. Thank you. And this next one is out of New York, New York. It only took 579 days. And that's right, over a year. And it's a 2 of 2. And it is from Mr. Alan Watson. St. Louis Cardinal. Signed 2 95 Pinnacles for me. So that's very nice. He used the whole card there and signed. It was a nice card. I treated it and everything. I think I did. It was only a year ago. I can't remember. But I appreciate it. Better late than never. And as long as they return him, I appreciate it. Mr. Alan Watson, former Cardinal pitcher. Next up, coming out of Santa Barbara, California. This is a 3 of 3, and it took 14 days. And it's Mr. Ken McMullen. Mr. McMullen signed this 76 Topps for me. They're on the Dodgers. He also signed a 70 tops on the Senators. For all you youngsters out there that don't know who the Senators are, the long and struggling Senators are now, I guess, the Washington Nationals. So, and he also signed a 67 tops for me, even an older uniform. How's that look for you? Yes, they were the butt of the joke back in the day, the Senators. Kind of like the Cubs were there for a while until they finally won. That never won a World Series. Anyway, I thank you, Mr. Ken McMullen, for that. And coming up next, Santa Clarita, California. It's a 2 of 2. Took 7 days. And it is Mr. Bryn Smith. Mr. Smith, another good signer for the community. He signed this 91 tops for me there on the Cardinals. And he signed this 88 Donruss for me on the Expos. So I thank you, Mr. Bryn Smith, for your autograph, sir. Coming up next, looks like another former Cardinal out of places unknown. It wasn't postmarked. It is a 3 of 3. Took 25 days. And it is Mr. Milt Thompson. Mr. Thompson signed this 90 Upper Deck. He also signed 2 91 tops. As you can see, he looks like he's trying to get out of the way of the ball coming at his butt, maybe. I don't know. I had to get this one signed. I just like the way he was. You don't get too many guys getting pictures of him dodging the ball. So I thank you, Mr. Milt Thompson, for your autograph. Coming up next, it's another Milt Thompson. These both came in. So he got one that I sent him 83 days ago, and the other one took 25 days. So this one I asked him to do for my grandson, and he did. He signed it to Easton, Milt Thompson. I asked him to inscribe that for him, and he also signed this 88 tops for me, just Milt Thompson. And he signed a 91 Donruss for me. So I thank you, Mr. Milt Thompson, for your autograph. And that goes right there to Mr. Easton over there. It's going to get sent to him. So I try to get the Cardinals for him. Because as you know, if he's my grandson, he's a Cardinal fan. All right, coming up next, another unknown, no postmark or postscript. It wasn't canceled, let's put it that way. This is a footballer, took 9 days, a 1 of 1, and it is Mr. Steve Wilson. Mr. Wilson signed this 79 tops for me. One of my few footballers that I send out. He was a center for the Buccaneers, the early days of the Buccaneers. And I thank you, Mr. Wilson, for your autograph, sir. Coming up next, got quite a few here today. We're trying to run through them real quick before we get to that 10-minute mark. This one is from St. Louis, Missouri. It's a 3 of 3. Took 28 days. It is from Mr. Scott Terry. He signed this 91 tops for me. And he signed a 90 Fleer. And he signed a 90 Upper Deck. So I thank you, Mr. Terry, for your autograph. Up next, from, looks like Suburban, Illinois. It is a 3 of 3. Took 11 days. It is Mr. Wes Chamberlain. Mr. Chamberlain signed all 3 of these 91 Donruss for me. He inscribed them to Rick, all 3 of them, the rated rookie ones. And it took 11 days. And I thank him for his autograph, Mr. Wes Chamberlain. Shout out to the Hot Corner, the Philly fan out there. Coming up next, it is from New York, New York. It is a 3 of 3. Took 217 days. And it is from Mr. Bill Bradley, Senator Bill Bradley. I believe he's senator or congressman. I think he's senator. Mr. Bill Bradley played for the Boston Red Sox and also the U.S. Olympic team, which I got him to sign these for me. And let's see, we got 2 others also. He signed all 3 of them for me. They all had him on them. He was number 5 with the Boston Celtics, and he was 5 with the U.S. team. So I thank you. That was 1964, by the way, that Olympic team he was on. I thank you, Mr. Bradley, for your service and for your autograph. 217 days later. Coming up, we got 2 left out of Baltimore, Maryland. This one is a 5 of 2. Took 37 days, and it is from Mr. Al Bumbry. Mr. Bumbry signed his own personal card that he sent to me. And that's the back of it. This one he sent of his own. He also signed a 77 Topps for me, a 79 Topps, an 81 Topps, and an 84 Topps. I think I got those years right. So I thank you, Mr. Bumbry. And last but not least, a 2 of 2, took 6 days, out of Santa Ana, California. It is Mr. Blue Moon Odom, John Blue Moon Odom. He charges $5 a pop, and he has a pretty nice autograph. Signed as number 13, John Blue Moon Odom. And he also signed a autograph card for me the same way. So I thank you, Mr. Odom, for your autograph, sir. And I thank you for watching or listening and being there for me. And I want to make sure that you do like, sub, and comment. And it helps the channel out and lets me know what you're thinking. So until next time, always hustle. You never know who's watching. Bye.